I want to talk about focus in my creating. And when I first became aware of the Abraham principles, I started out and I would work on creating one thing. And I started with something easy, like I thought, I want to change how my body looks. And I thought about it and lost weight really easily. And I felt so good about that. And that was one thing. But that was sort of an easy thing. And then I thought, well, now it's really time for that relationship that I've waited for forever and, didn't have. And completely believed it and created it. And a few weeks later, the person showed up. And I'm in very, very happy, fun, joyful place with that. And now I'm stepping out further, which is I want to be in a more joyful place with my work. And what I'm having show up now is having these successes. There were others, but having these successes in using the creating, now I'm wanting to launch multiple things in the area of work. I'm a successful lawyer, and however, my whole life have been a writer, and I've written pages and pages and pages of things. And now I know that my books are there and I can put them out, and I'm doing that. Yet at the same time, I'm seeing other things I want to do in the law and other things I want to do here and there, and it's as if there are all these butterflies floating by and I want to chase every single one. And I want guidance on how much we can create at once, because what happens is when I start launching multiple projects, I have extreme joy. And I follow that all through and I run around and I'm not sleeping, I'm writing all night and doing all these things, and I end up, my body feels depleted. And I'm wondering whether I'm trying to launch too many creations at one time.
Well, we'll give you the simple formula and you will hear it easily. There is no limit to what you can create simultaneously because there's no limit to source, and you have the ability to focus so much more rapidly than any of you realize. And when you think about it, you focus and source follows your focus, and you focus and source follows your focus, and you focus and source follows your focus. So as you focus and source follows your focus, you can look there and 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 there. In other words, there's no limit. But if you focus and source follows your focus, and then you diffuse the focus by saying, I'm too busy or I don't have enough time. As you talked about creating your body, and you said that was simple. The reason that it felt simple is because it felt to you like nobody else could be involved in it. It was sort of like between you and you.
Yes.
And for you, that vibration didn't need to be cleaned up. And so you focused, source followed, and there was little resistance within it. Then you said, in wanting to express it, as the degree of difficulty was increasing, then I wanted to create a relationship. Well, the only reason a relationship would be a slightly greater degree of difficulty as far as you were looking at it is because now it is not only involving what you want and your focus, but another person and what they want and their focus.
Yeah.
But since it was just the two of you, you were able to achieve it because your belief in what the other one was wanting did not cause any diffusion or resistance in your focus. Then you said, and your words were, in stepping out a little further, meaning the degree of difficulty increasing a little bit, now I'm wanting to work on my work. And the reason that that felt like more difficulty is because now you could feel that as you make decisions about things like people that you will hire or cases that you will have or individuals that you will work with, now you are aware that the people that you are interacting with are now adding to the mix. And what we want you to hear is that they cannot add to the mix any resistance, only in the sense that as you see them in ways that make you introduce resistance. And that's what happens when you start thinking about all of these butterflies that you want to chase, and then you start imposing your own learned limitations of not enough time or not enough of me to go around. In other words, that's where the limiting thing comes in. As you interact with others that you are then responding to, it goes a little slower. So when it's just you, and there's something you want, and you haven't thought about it that much, and you certainly haven't been beating the drum of the opposite of it. So here you are, and here's where you want to be. Here you are relative to your body, and here's where you want to be. And here you are relative to your relationship, and here's where you want to be. There's not a big range between where you are and where you're wanting to be. But as you begin introducing other subjects that include other people, now the range can sometimes get wider because your expectations of others may not be as clean as your expectation of yourself. You get a sense of what we're talking about?
Yes. But in this physical reality, we have time and we have limitations. And yes, there is only so much of me to go around that task.
But what we are saying to you is those are the only limiting factors. So when you think about this unlimited being that is really you and how limiting this feels, in other words, it's like limiting. We were visiting with someone recently, and we liked your chasing the butterflies analogy because there are many things you want to do, and you want enough time and clarity and opportunity to play in all of the things that are pleasing to you. And we said to this person, that's a little bit like going to a buffet or to a wonderful restaurant that has endless good things to eat and eating one of them and really enjoying it and then feeling frustration that you can't eat all the other things at the same time. And the point that we were wanting to make with her is, what about realizing that everything is for your pleasure, and as long as you are taking pleasure from something, then you are utilizing your moment in the best possible way. And can you feel how a little screwy it is to be taking pleasure from one thing and then lamenting the fact that at the same time you can't take it from that, and you can't take it from that, and you can't take it from that? Do you really think that there are all of these butterflies that you're wanting to chase and that they are equal? In other words, that the butterfly that you are chasing right now really is a butterfly? Or are you messing with a worm somewhere? In other words, because usually when someone's talking like you're talking, it's because they see the butterfly over there, but they don't feel like they're involved with the butterfly over here. And that's the thing that we want to feel from you. So do you feel satisfied in the work that you are doing while you are feeling frustrated that you can't do lots of other things? Or do you feel some dissatisfaction and you are reaching for more satisfaction in other places? Which do you think it is? So now come back to the subject. What's the subject that you're trying to find some relief from? It's a subject of limited time, and something else came up, sort of boredom or apathy with your chosen profession.
Yes.
So now offer some things that give you some relief from that. Relief from that feeling of limited boredom and apathy. Now,
I have enough. I'm an abundant being. I have energy. If I can hook up with source energy, I have energy that I can bring to everything, and I'll never be depleted. If I brought that with me into the office, it would be a way to feel more uplifted instead of tired or bored. Instead of waiting for the day to be over.
And since this is something that I'm wanting to teach, I will undoubtedly be teaching it to others who feel sort of stuck in their profession. It's an interesting thing as we spend all of those years and all of that money and then all of those years in a sort of apprenticeship gaining the expertise, then you don't want to just walk away from it. You want it to count for something. And so I'm wanting to find a way that I can express the fullness of who I am within that framework.
Yes. And
maybe breathe some life into that. Maybe I can have it all. And now as I'm thinking about being a teacher, then certainly there are a lot of others that feel very much as I have been feeling, who don't want to walk away from their profession either, who would like to breathe some life into it. You're shaking loose from something,
yes.
And suddenly that feeling of limitedness is almost an asset a little bit, because it's that feeling of limitedness that you're wanting to guide yourself from and guide others from. And a person can be as limited or as unlimited wherever they stand. And Abraham's been telling me that it doesn't matter where I am, that I can feel how I choose to feel. And so I like the idea of just standing where I'm standing and not needing to change the circumstances in order to adjust the way I feel, but letting the circumstances remain pretty much the same and just taking a different approach at the way I'm looking at it and discovering that the limits are those that I place or the limits are those that I remove, but I'm in total control of all of that, as is everyone else. And this is really what I want to talk about. Boy, you moved right through that.
Absolutely.
Yes. Very good.
Great.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed. Enough?
I feel complete. Thank you.
Excellent. Yes. Can you feel now this was an example where we made more of where she is than where she is deserved. Because if this had been an earlier seminar and our friend who just sat here was sitting there, we would have started over here and we would have encouraged more immediate positive thought. And as you listened to her, could you hear how easily she went to more positive thought? In other words, you can get to that positive thought. You could have pivoted. You could have said, this doesn't feel good, this feels better, this doesn't feel good, this feels better. But can you feel how making a little effort on an area that has been uncomfortable actually left it in a place where it will not be uncomfortable again? Here is this world that you live in, and you could be a selective enough sifter that you could only look at the best parts of it, only vibrate the best parts of it, and you could live happily ever after. But you're also creative geniuses who like to focus the energy. And there is something extremely satisfying about taking the variety and contrast of your life and then focusing it into the specifics of that which you're about. And so this is really advanced deliberate creation when you take these very subtle emotions and you just move them and mold them. In other words, it's no longer kindergarten molding clay. Now you're really molding magnificent things. We're appreciating your willingness to come and play with us and your willingness to speak openly about where you are. It is with great appreciation that we chew through the nitty-gritty of the specifics of that which you are living, because you are focusers of energy and you focus it through the life experiences that you are living. It is our powerful desire that you enjoy your emotions in the same way that you benefit from the indicator of your gas gauge, and that you no longer feel unhappy with yourself about a gauge that is reading less than full. And instead, you acknowledge that what that gauge has always been about is about helping you to move closer to the full alignment that is really you. We think this has been a remarkable, while somewhat bumpy and slow, process here today. But we cannot think of a time when more value has been gained for individuals who are participating or for mass consciousness as a whole. Because in understanding that you have control, no matter how small it seems, over the way you feel, you have control that will take you to any place you want to be. There is now nothing off limits to any of you. We have enjoyed this interaction immensely. There is great love here for you.